Hey YouTube, it's been quite a while since I made a video. I'd decided I wasn't going to make any more videos, but I'll give it another try here. Today I'm going to talk about some little pocket 380s. Got the little LCP, unloaded and safe. And I got the little Kahr cw380, also unloaded and clear. So before I start this comparison, I got a disclaimer. If you're stupid and you know who you are, go on and turn my video off right now. Thank you. Okay, the last time I made a video on one of these, I don't remember if it was the Kahr or the Ruger. I've made videos on both of them separately. Never made one comparing the two. But somebody commented on one of them, there's no way I would put a loaded gun in my pocket. Well, you're an idiot, okay? You're gonna put a gun in your pocket that ain't loaded, you might as well put a rock in your pocket, because you ain't got nothing but a paperweight. Don't put the gun in your pocket loaded without a holster. I said that in the video, you ignorant moron. Put it in a holster, put one in the chamber, the trigger's covered up, put it in your pocket. Don't be an idiot. Somebody like that shouldn't even be able to buy a gun. Background checks do not weed out stupidity. I've learned that. They might weed out a criminal here and there, but they sure ain't weeding out much stupid. But like I said, if you don't have the common sense to put a gun in your pocket in a holster, people, loaded, then go turn in all your guns to the police department. You shouldn't have one. You're an idiot. You're a danger to society and yourself. But that being said, I'm done with that. Hopefully the stupid people are gone. I'm going to compare these two. I put a bunch of rounds through these little 380s, and I'm going to make a comparison. It's going to be strictly my opinion. You can agree or disagree, and I don't mind negative comments. I don't like stupid comments. So if you don't like my decision on which one of these I like better, hey, that's fine. You can ring in and tell me that you think I'm wrong, and that will not offend me. But here it goes. The Ruger I've had longer. The Ruger does not have as many rounds to it, probably 250. The Kahr has, I believe, 550. I got it wrote down. I believe I have 550 rounds through the Kahr. You'd think that's a plus, but it's not, and I will explain. The Kahr required some break-in. I'll just talk about it first. It required 250 rounds before it started running reliably. And this is the second one. I did this video and I already mentioned it. I ordered the first one. It came in, it wouldn't chamber a round. Sent it back. Davidson sent me another one, all that. I talked about all that. The second one is doing fine. They do recommend 250 rounds break-in, and it needs it. The only downside to that is 250 rounds of 380 ammo is expensive. 380 is more expensive than 9 for some reason, and you're going to have to put some time and money into breaking this thing in, and a lot of people ain't willing to do that, and I don't blame you. The Ruger, on the other hand, it come out of the box and it functioned flawlessly. I don't believe I've ever had a malfunction with it. I'm pretty sure I have not had a malfunction with it, even though I don't have half the rounds through it as I do the Kahr. But the Ruger, the last time I seen this Ruger, these are kind of hard to come by. They're back ordered in Davidson's for some reason. I guess the little pocket 380s are still very popular. But this one, I believe, was $219, plus tax and all that mess. That's for the stainless steel model, and this is the Gen 2. Watch my other video if you're thinking about buying one of these used, because you do not want the Gen 1, I promise you. But they don't call it a Gen 2. But I will explain the difference. The quick difference is, if it's got a dash and the serial number, you don't want it. Remember that. 3 numbers, a dash, more numbers, don't buy it. I don't care how much it is. But you can get this gun for $200. You can probably get an all black one for less than $200. They make several different colors. They make one, it's called a custom. It's got a red trigger and it's got better sights. But $200, you shouldn't pay more than that for it. The Kahr, on the other hand, is about $350. That's ridiculous. The quality is better, I would say. The build quality looks better. I shoot this one better. It handles recoil better. It has better sights. It has a better trigger. But it also requires a ridiculous amount of break-in time. And if you're not willing to put that time and effort and money into it, you better go with the Ruger. Now, weight-wise, I will weigh them here with 7 rounds, 1 mag and 7 rounds. They both only come with 1 mag as well. That's a bummer, because these little mags are not cheap. So you're only going to get 1 mag with either one of them. But the Kahr cw380 with 7 rounds. Let me make sure I did this right. Alright, there's the Kahr. I zeroed it out. I gotta set the ammo back on here. 7 rounds of Hornady Critical Defense 90 grain hollow points. It's giving me some difficulty. Here we go. I can't operate a scale. If I follow my disclaimer about stupid people, I can't even watch my own video, I don't think. The scale has outsmarted me. Alright, here we go. 13 ounces, 13.85 ounces for the Kahr, 1 mag, 7 rounds. 13.85. The Ruger, 1 magazine, 7 rounds, is 11.80. So pretty much 2 ounces heavier for the Kahr. That's probably the reason it handles the recoil quite a bit better. The trigger's better on the Kahr, the recoil's better, the sights are better. But the Ruger, on the other hand, is almost half the money. The sights are usable, they're low, they're decent, they'll get the job done. The price is definitely better on the Ruger. The reliability right out of the box was 1,000 times better on the Ruger. So if I had to declare a winner, I would have to, I guess, go with the Ruger. But as far as my shooting, I like the Kahr better, and I trust it now that I've got it broke in. I've shot 200 rounds, 250. The last 200, 250 rounds I've shot's been absolutely no malfunctions, and it never even knew. It never malfunctioned with hollow points for some reason. It was the full metal jackets that were giving it issues. It's never had a malfunction with the hollow points, and I've shot several boxes of these little gold-plated 380 critical defense. These things are ridiculously expensive. So if you don't want to waste a lot of money breaking in one, you're going to have to go with the Ruger. Now, I carry these in 2 or 3 different ways. I got a pocket holster. It's a DeSantis Nemesis. It's the best one I found. Both of them fit in it. Covers up the trigger. Both of them fit the same. The Kahr may be just a tad bit tighter, but I carry it in this, in my pocket. I bought this little leather inside the waistband holster. I believe it was said it was for a Keltec P3AT, but they both also fit in it just fine. Covers up the trigger, got a belt clip, put it inside your belt. They both fit in it just fine. I bought this white hat micro tuck off of eBay because I got a good deal on it, and it was already set up for the Kahr. And I don't really carry it that way a whole lot. I have. Usually if I'm carrying a holster like this, I'm going with the Glock 26. I carry these little 380s when I'm not going to have a belt on or something, and I just want to throw it in my pocket. Now then, you're also going to hear the nut jobs that'll argue that the 380 is not big enough. Well, you're stupid. You should have turned the video off. That 380 will get the job done. These modern Hornadys, they'll do the job. I am not at all concerned with the ability of the 380 round. The only thing that concerns me about these tiny little pistols is my ability to hit anything further than 10 yards. Most situations, you shouldn't have to shoot that far. But you never know in these days what kind of crazies are going to be out there doing who knows what. So that's my only concern with these tiny little pocket pistols is the accuracy, and that's on me. Yeah, I'm sure there's people out here, Hickok or somebody like that, that can shoot these at 30 yards all day long. I've practiced with both of them at 30 yards, and just with these long triggers and notchy triggers, the Kahr is smooth, but it's long. The Ruger is not nearly as smooth, but I just can't. I haven't put the time and effort into mastering these two little guns. I'm good to 10 yards, 15 yards maybe, but I am not concerned at all about the ability of the 380 round. So there's people that'll argue that the 9mm is not big enough. I'm sure there's people that'll argue that the 40 is not big enough. There's people that'll argue about anything, but forget them people. I pay no attention to them people. I've shot enough of these 380s at enough different kind of targets to know that if you hit somebody with that, it may not kill them instantly, but they're going to know they got hit with something. And if you start popping 7 of them at somebody, I don't think you're going to have no problem. So I'm not worried at all, one bit, about the 380 round. Like I said, my only concern is the long range accuracy of these tiny little pocket guns. But I don't carry them but maybe 10% of the time. I've been carrying the Kahr more over the last year because I got so much money invested in breaking it in. Thank you, Kahr. You should give somebody a voucher for maybe 250 rounds of ammo that it requires to get one of these reliable. But that's just my beef. The Ruger didn't require that, and it cost half what the Kahr did. And I'm probably going to keep both of them. They're not eating anything. They're not bothering me. Can't never have too many. But that's my little review. I would say if you're just going to have one, and most sane people will just have one, you can't go wrong with the Ruger. Its price. I like the looks of the Kahr better. I like the trigger. I like the sights. But for the price you pay and the reliability you get right out of the box, hard to beat the Ruger. So I guess I'm picking Ruger as the winner, but I'm still going to carry my Kahr because I done got all this time and money invested into breaking it in. But I can carry either one of them in any holster I got, any of these two holsters. So that's my review. I'm sure I'll get some negative comments like I usually do, but that's fine. I don't mind negative comments. Don't care for the stupid ones. Another thing I'm going to mention before I go. This Ruger, the quirk on this Ruger, and this is the second one of these I've had, is the mags. You got to really slam them to get them to stay in. You just make sure if you got one of these, because it can look like it's in, and you can pull it out. Now it will shoot with the magazine out, thank goodness. And there is no safety on either one of them. You know, I wouldn't have it if it did. But that's the only quirk I've had with this Ruger is that mag. You really got to pop it in there. The Kahr, on the other hand, it's no problem. It'll latch every time. So that's the only quirk with the Ruger is the mag. You got to make sure it's in there. The slide don't lock back on the last round. Yeah, no big deal really. But that's it. That's all I got. They both come with one mag. The little mags are expensive. The 380 ammo is expensive. But they are what they are. Thanks for watching my video. I'll see you next time.